Hello, my name is Ilona and today it's Friday, February 10th, 2023 and I've noticed some people asking me questions about stripes in the sky, about shedding and 5G, and I just want to say that I've made quite a lot of videos. I've noticed more than 600 actually. So you can find a lot of videos about these subjects on my channel. You can just click on my channel, click on videos. You can also find it in the title. So stripes in the sky, I usually use to, of course, talk about stripes in the sky. 5G, I think I've put in the titles, and shedding. So if you're interested about that, you could watch my older videos. I haven't really changed my point of view about that. This morning I shared a message on Telegram from Stormrider about 5G. To me, it feels like most of it has already been taken over. He has a different point of view, and there is still a lot going on in Switzerland and underneath Switzerland. So just see what resonates with you and what doesn't resonate with you. To me, it feels like if 5G was still fully in the hands of the dark energies, they would have used it by now, especially to help out with something new that they can, have these stings for and things like that. So to me, it feels like they don't have that full control anymore. Doesn't mean that there's nothing going on underneath Switzerland and there's still things that the white hat needs to work through. So I just see what resonates with you, and if you're interested in those subjects, you can find all the videos on my channel about that. So the two things I want to take a look at in this video, I've shuffled the cards in my Dutch video, but the first one is Project Veritas. I thought it had a similar energy, so that's why I combined these two things. Project Veritas, James O'Keefe is on paid leave from Project Veritas. He is the founder and chairman of Project Veritas, and they are trying to remove him from leadership position. So my feeling was that there are some dark energies working there. A lot of infiltration has been going on, of course, with all kinds of organizations. Also the ones that are trying to find the truth. And let's face it, Project Veritas has helped a lot of things come out of the open. So it's not very surprising that the dark energy have put some puppets in there as well, and they're trying to remove it. At least that's how it feels to me. The cards I got was, the first one is the Tower. The second card, the central card, is the Six of Swords. Then we have the Knight of Wands in the past. We have the Three of Pentacles underneath the Six of Swords. We have the Eight of Swords in the future and the Two of Cups. Very interesting is that I saw the how do you say that, the back of the deck, and it was the Devil card, and it kind of just pulled me in. So that to me feels like I really need to pay attention to that card as well. And this kind of confirms that these are dark energies. These puppets are placed there and are trying to remove him, and obviously are trying to collapse Project Veritas from the inside out. They've done that with many organizations, and that's really how they work as well. To me, it feels like Project Veritas started as a white hat operation, and they've brought out a lot of things, and obviously the dark energy saw this and started putting people in there as well. So that's why this is about collapsing Project Veritas. But I also have this feeling that the white hats are using this opportunity to see who are the dark puppets in Project Veritas. So it's also an opportunity to clean house the different way around. It's like I've mentioned before, it's almost like they're using each other's agendas, but there are people been working on this. So this is from the dark energies, they've been working on this, but also from the white hats, they've been working on this as well. Like, what's going on, who is on what side, and how are we going to deal with this? But they are moving away from this. This is the card of moving away. So this feels to me that it is possible that James O'Keefe will leave, although he could return later on. And it's almost like they're cleaning house in a different way. But this feeling, especially with the Eight of Swords, will feel very powerless. So there is a possibility that he will have to leave. But with this card as well, so there's a healing card, he may return later on. it wouldn't surprise me if they really are cleaning up there as well. They have been infiltrated as well. And it's now important to figure out who is on what side. Very important. And that's what's going on in a lot of organizations and in politics, and we can just see it happening. Who is on what side? We need to know, to drain the swamp. We need to know how deep it goes, and we need to know who is where. And even these kind of organizations, they are everywhere. These puppets are everywhere. And it's very possible that these puppets have been activated later on. So, like I've mentioned before, there's this entire group of people that have been MK Ultra and don't even know it, and later on are being activated to create, chaos, or in this case, to get someone, removed from leadership. So I think that's what's going on. But I hope in the end that he will be able to return and that they will clean up Project Veritas as well. But this is about destroying it from the inside out. Although I have a feeling that the White Hats are using this to get rid of these influences. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen now. I truly hope that the Dark Energies won't succeed in this, in bringing this down. Because Project Veritas has been very important in bringing a lot of things out in the open. So we'll have to wait and see how this is going to go and which way it's going to end up with. But I have a feeling that the White Hats are taking note as well. And it wouldn't surprise me at all, ultimately with this healing card, that Project Veritas will return and will remove all these energies. They will be the ones removed instead of what they wanted, and that is blow up Project Veritas, so to speak, or destroy it from the inside out. I don't think that's going to work out, but in the near future it will maybe seem like they will be successful, but ultimately I don't think they will be successful. So that's Project Veritas. I've also taken a look at something that to me feels very similar. This is about Ron DeSantis and Mr. T. They pretty much are at it. So really at each other's throats, so to speak. And a lot of things are coming out about DeSantis. To me, he feels like he was part of the Dark Energies and that he kind of flipped and has been following the White Hat agenda for a very long time. If that is voluntarily or not, I'm going to leave that in... it doesn't really matter, because he really has been especially in Florida and with everything what's been going on the past 3 years, he pretty much was the voice of reason in everything that's been going on. And it's very important to have a state where you can look at, with the numbers and compare them to the other states. So he was following the White Hat influences and agenda. To me, that feels like that. Doesn't mean that he is a White Hat, but he feels like Elon Musk, that he's flipped or changed, or maybe not had a lot to say about it, or let's just keep it that way. So what is going on right now? To me, it feels like a game, like they purposely are doing this also to see who's on what side. And also there's been like this, a lot of people also in the conservative and the Republicans that do not like Mr. T very much. So they were kind of behind DeSantis, and it's almost like they're trying to open that up as well. So the cards I got was the 10 of Cups, the Moon as the central card, the Hanged Man in the past, the Sun underneath the central card, the Moon, and then in the near future we have the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. To me, this feels like a yes. This is part of a game. They are both active in this game. So I think they know very well what they're doing. And it's also possible that things about Ron DeSantis are purposely out there as well. So along the line, maybe he will be removed, or maybe he'll be used for other things. We'll just have to wait and see. Ultimately, if he, of course, has done certain things, he won't be able to escape that. There will be consequences. But right now, this is really about seeing who's on what side. The Moon, there's very confusion. What is going on? It's very calculated. It's really to manipulate people in a way, just to see which side they are on. And especially the dark energies are of course now popping up, because they're like, oh, we can use it against Mr. T, and you know, they are still trying to get rid of him. So this is an opportunity for them. They probably won't be able to leave, how to say this, they probably won't be able to not use it. And that's exactly what Mr. T wants in the white hats. They want them to take this bait and see where things will end up. But ultimately, with the 10 of Cups and the Sun, it will end up in a very good place. It's almost also to bring everyone in one direction again, especially to the Republicans and the Conservative. There is a lot going on there. So to me, this feels finding out who's on what side, you know, which side is which puppet. Also seeing if the dark energies are trying to work through things, because obviously they will use anything they can get to bring down Mr. T, but also to get the Conservatives and the Republicans and all these people in like one direction, looking at one direction, not scattered all around or divided. It may seem very strange, but this is going to bring people actually together. So ultimately, this will lead to bringing people together and standing behind, of course, Mr. T, because obviously he is still the president, but there's still some healing to be done. How do you say, they need to do, there's still some steps they need to take before he will be brought out as the president, and make sure that a lot of people are behind that. Obviously, he has an enormous support, but there's still some people in the Republican and the Conservative side that are a bit wary about him, of course, with all the manipulations that have been going on by the dark energies. So this needs to come out. And this, I think they're both in on it. This is purposely done. That's what it feels like. And to me, this is a confirmation that they both know exactly what they're doing and the things that are happening. This is very, very calculated. But right now, it's very unclear. It seems like they really are fighting against each other. I don't think that's what's really going on. But that's the feeling I'm getting from this. And I hope to see you in another video. And I'll leave it at this. Bye bye.